Hey, it's Amelia. This is my Pan That Palette update for August. I believe today is July 31st. So let's get into Pan That Palette. I am panning the original Naked, the Naked 2. I don't know. That's probably good. Let's just pray and hope I'm in frame this time. And then I have 3 single Urban Decay shadows that I have a little bit of progress on. So I'm going to start with the Naked. This is my focus for the rest of the year, I think, because I have more progress, I feel like, or at least it doesn't look, it looks more used than the other one. This is what this looks like for this update. If you can see. So what's different? I've been focusing on Sin, Sidecar, Smog, and Dark Horse, a little bit of Buck, and that's about it. So first off, I've been using Sin as a face highlight. I've been using Sidecar all over the lid every day. I've been using Smog either in the outer corner or all over the lid, but not as much as Sidecar. I have more progress on that one. I hit Side Pan on Dark Horse, which is this one here. I had Side Pan on this side before, and now I have it on this side, if you can see. And then Buck, I actually took out of the palette and tried to use as a bronzer. My problem with Urban Decay mattes is they have enough pigment and they blend well enough on the eye that I can use them, but they're not very blendable compared to other mattes, and especially on the face, it's very difficult to blend out. So I didn't make that much progress because I didn't want to use it on days I had to go somewhere. But I do have a little progress. Like when you look at it like this way, you can see that the powder is down more. My goal for the end of the year is to finish Buck and another one from the Naked 2. But if I had to choose one to focus on, it would be the one from the Naked 2. So I'm going to just have to keep using this and see. If you're wondering why some of them look messed up around the shadow, oh my god, okay, it's because I depot them temporarily, and then for these videos I like set them back in. Like the glue in here is sort of holding it in, but like once I finish a shadow, I will take my glue stick and permanently glue them back in. So my goal for this palette is still to finish from here all the way to here, and then maybe work more on Dark Horse. So like I want ideally this whole thing here would be empty by the end of the year. I definitely think I can finish Sin and Sidecar by September, but it is taking a little longer than I expected, so that might not happen. Sin I'm using as a face highlight, and I'm going to repress it after this video, so that I think will be gone, but Sidecar might take a little longer, even though I use it every day. What next? Okay, so this is my Naked 2. This isn't as dirty because I haven't been using it that much this month. Progress though, I finished Booty Call, which I had as a face highlight, and I did repress it at one point. I used Tease today as a face contour, which went okay, but like I don't know if you can see, like right here there's a line where it wouldn't blend anymore, so that's frustrating, but it is what it is. So I don't think I'll do that often. I did use it in the crease a few times this month, so it might have a little more progress. Basically, when I'm using the mattes in these, here's another dirty palette to look at. I will use number 1 and number 2, set my primer, then I'll have this as a transition shade, then I'll skip this one, which is number 3, and instead of number 3, I'll either use Buck or Tease in the crease, and then I'll deepen it with one of those. So this is like my companion palette for right now, and I feel like my it's easier to blend when I have these as the supporting shadows because I don't think Urban Decay mattes blend well enough for my liking, at least. I did mark Verve and Busted as favorites. I'm going to use them more when I'm doing cool tone looks, but right now I'm doing warm tones. And hopefully by the end of the year, I can at least clear off the top of this one, but this isn't really my focus anymore. If I could finish miraculously all of the shadows I wanted to, aside from painting both the palettes in a year, which would never happen, I would want to finish Tease, Verve, Busted, and Suspect, which would basically mean every other shadow would be gone, which I didn't really plan it that way, but that's sort of just how it went. I think I used YDK once, and it did end up increasing the size of the pan. For the singles, I have a lot more progress, I think, on Midnight Cowboy Rides Again. If you can see that. Sorry about my nails, by the way. This one I actually threw on the floor this morning. This one I think I might have a little progress on, but I'm not sure. I think I have a little progress on Twice Baked. Because I use this, the way I do my eyeshadow is I do my inner corner, then I do all over the lid. Then I do an outer third shade, which is usually either Twice Baked or Smog. And then I do my outer fourth with either Dark Horse from this one or Busted from the Naked 2 to make it even darker. Overall, this month I finished one eyeshadow. I've expanded pan on, I think, 4 shadows. One of them where I hit side pan. My goal for this month, which is August, is going to be to finish Sin and try my hardest to finish Sidecar. Once I get through these two, I'm going to focus on Smog. Once those 3 are completely gone, I'm going to clear out the top of Half Baked and then decide from there what I want to do. I do want to try layering Dark Horse with Half Baked on top because I think that would be pretty. I'm doing the Throwing Shade Project pan, or no, it's not a project pan. It's just a project. I'm doing Throwing Shade this, not year, this next few months. So I talked about it in that video, but basically on the weekends, I do not use these at all, except for this weekend is Naked 2. So this will get used a little this weekend, but I don't plan to use this except for maybe Tease, which is the matte, like at all. Because once I finish Sidecar, Smog is a bronzy warm brown, so I'm going to continue to warm looks with that. After that, I might try to make all my looks cool toned, but this palette just isn't my priority right now, and I don't see myself finishing that many more shadows, if any, by the end of the year, because, so we have August, September, October, November, December, so that's 5 months. That's a lot of time, but it's also not. It's like one fall semester for me, so can I finish? I can definitely finish 3 shadows that are almost gone in that time. And I can clear out the top of this, because if I were to flip this upside down, this is probably less than these 2, which are the lowest. So finishing the top of that one is going to be easy. But then after that, I think Buck is going to be the hardest, just because I don't need that much, and it's kind of hard pressed. And if I repressed it, what would happen is it would be easier to pick up on a brush, but it would also be a lot more pigmented per dip or whatever. So that would be, I don't know. And I wouldn't be able to use it on my face at that point because then it would just be too pigmented. I thought about mixing it with my setting powder, so then it's sort of diluted, but I don't know if it would work because I would have to see if the formulas are compatible. My phone overheated, so I'm going to just end the video here. Basically, my goals for this month are to finish the 2 shadows from the Naked palette that I talked about, to work on the singles more, to maybe expand pan on one of the mattes. And also thank you to Jessica Payne and all my other friends on here on Instagram. I really appreciate you guys a lot. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.